Episode 6.
Well done. How did you know it was episode 6?
You just told me.
Yes.
I thought it was 4. I've already forgotten. So
Jesus,
on 6.
honestly.
Not another
up.
couples podcast.
Well done. First time.
Yeah, baby.
Getting good at this. So,
Yeah,
the leg.
Yeah, I'm bionic now.
So, people at home listening who can't see us, he is now...
Does that mean anything to anyone?
The bionic man. You have a massive...
That was the $1 million
You're
man.
right, I'm talking about your leg brace.
Okay, yes.
Jesus.
Well, I did it back in July with my son. I blame my son, mountain biking,
No,
but
it's
didn't
your
realise. And then tried to make it to a decathlon in
August,
that was it. And nearly got there somehow, but then it never really got any better. So I had an MRI scan and...
Eventually.
Yeah, a grade 2 MCL tear and a grade 3 PCL. So I've got to wear the brace.
So can you explain what that means for people at home who don't know what PCL is?
Medial collateral, so that's the one that controls kind of internal rotation.
Inside of the knee.
Yeah, the internal part. So it kind of... ACL's the typical one that people get
It's
when
on
their
the
foot's
inside.
flex and someone smacks into them in rugby or football. And then PCL's it's not rare, but it's rarer.
What's it stand for, please?
Posterior.
Thank you. I know that, but people at home may not. They want to learn things on our podcast.
So yes, so it's stopping me flex more than 90 degrees. So hopefully it takes away the swelling and it
Basically,
allows
it just
recover.
means he can wear lycra
Yes.
leggings. So if you want to have a look at Mark's lycra leggings, get on YouTube.
You got today. Well, you said it earlier.
I know, we
I've
switched.
got a crotch shot, and you're
always have
wearing a dress.
You always have a crotch
dress.
What is it? Come on.
Oh my god, it's like
You're
cupboards and
so
drawers.
special.
And arrivals and departures.
Right, we're going to
This
have a whole
is-
conversation about that.
This is a dress.
Well done.
Oh,
Can you believe it's 55 years old? Can't tell the difference between a dress
well,
and a
I
skirt.
can tell
And
the
you've worn
difference, but
both
I
of
don't know
them,
what
so,
they're called.
you know, let's not pretend
Anyway, but you thought you were going to give the money shot.
I
and
know.
I am giving
Well,
the
you
money
always
shot.
give the money shot. You're always like fiddling with your crotch on here, and I have to be interrupting.
That's what boys do. Sorry.
It's like your security blanket, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Your
just gives you
crotch.
security. You just put your
Just
hands
hold
down
on to
there.
it.
So if I ever have an afternoon kip, like a 20-minute kip, there's nothing better. Obviously, Ziggy sometimes joins me, and then I put my hands down my pants. Oh, I'm out for the count. 20 minutes, no alarm needed. Bang, wake up. Did you hear that recent trick?
I don't know what to say, actually.
You hear the recent trick about, which I hadn't
Is this
really
relevant?
thought about. Yeah, it's about
Okay,
kipping. But, people say, I struggle to have an afternoon sleep. And it's meant to be very good for you, kind of resetting systems and so on. But most people feel just really drowsy afterwards. So you were talking about this, where you have a coffee before you have
Yeah.
your kip. And the coffee takes, depending on...
Espresso, or does it matter? Does it have to be like a black coffee, or does it matter with the milk?
No, well, just
Getting specific
caffeine.
here.
But caffeine normally
okay.
depends on how you metabolise it, like 20 to 40 minutes. So you have your coffee, go and have your kip. Then the coffee kind of kicks in, wakes you up, and you feel alert when you wake up.
So kip, talk me through kip.
Kip the vessels.
Where
There
does-
was a Indian.
Is this something you've made up?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Gordon
People
made
are
it.
going to go and have a kip.
Yeah, Kipler Vessels. Yeah, but then we named it Kipler Vessels, who I think was a cricketer.
So that's got nothing. So it was
No.
already called a kip, and you've
Oh,
just
yeah, I don't
extended it
know,
like
I-
a dog's name, extended it to Kipler Vessels.
Yeah, what does Kip come from?
I don't know. We need to know these things. If you know these things, please comment
Kip.
on any of our channels.
Do you think
that you're listening
all of them
to.
come from the sea? All of them come from able seamen. Sorry. But they do come from the sea. A lot of the kind of the sayings, brass freeze the balls off a brass monkey.
Yeah,
and
they're like
all that,
naval
but I don't know
or
about
military.
Kip.
So we're going to Google that. After this, you're going to remember to Google
Sorry,
that.
so that's
Right,
my
okay.
bionic knee. So
So
46 weeks of you
So do
looking
we
at
have
my
to,
crutch.
every time you walk around, do we have to go do the...
You're doing it wrong.
Well, okay, well, I don't know. You do it. You're older than me.
No one,
So,
only people over the age of about 45 will remember the $1 Million Man.
I remember it, but I was probably about 2. You're much older, so you remember it more.
He was good. Steve Austin, the $1 Million Man.
But was $1 Million Man, was it Bionic Man? What's the difference?
I think you've just made up the Bionic Man. There wasn't a Bionic Man. There's
Well,
a
where
$1
does
Million Man.
bionic come from? You said it's a bionic leg.
Well, bionic comes from the phrase being bionic, where you're using
Bionic stuff.
exoskeletons and all sorts.
Yeah, but there was a bit. It's about being bionic. Wasn't $1 Million Man bionic?
Where he was rebuilt, yes, because he was in a crash, I think. I think he was ex-naval or something.
It's like early Terminator. So
Yes.
For the kids at home listening in.
Thank you.
So
Education.
there we are. We have got the bionic leg, which is all lovely. So you're basically going to be walking around like the whole time.
Yeah, it's a bit boring.
You just started. You only got it yesterday, so
Yes.
it's new, very
Yeah.
new. and
Big
adjusting.
up Bart and Dylan. Big up.
So yes, finally you've got. Hopefully, the leg will be repaired.
Yeah, it just allows it to recover. It just stabilises his knee. and then allows the PCL, because it's not ruptured, so it just hopefully will then recover and allow me to do all the silly things I want to do. But I do question, even Flynn, 16-year-old, was questioning mountain biking when we were out there, because we only go out for like 2 weeks and we smash it.
In France, in Morzine, there's big downhill mountain biking fraternity.
Kind of the capital of European downhill, and we've got all the kit, so obviously all the gear, no idea.
But the thing is, when we first started going, you were still, Flynn was quite young still, so quite small, much smaller than he is now. And obviously you were slightly less adventurous on the jumps. And and also with him being now bigger, heavier, probably more brave than we are at our age, possibly.
But it's interesting, these boys, I remember skiing, we did a drop-off skiing, and he goes, well, what if I damage my ACL?
Oh no, he's always been a bit like that, though. He's always been
I think they're all the boys now, because
of sport.
Yeah. Because they're so aware of all the injuries that happen to the pro rugby players, footballers. It's in their vocabulary.
If they're sporty, I suppose they're aware of sports injury.
At 14, I wouldn't have ever thought about, what am I going to do? What if I fall and hurt my ACL?
You probably didn't even know what ACL was.
No.
Because there weren't really
a lot of things.
Well, they weren't talked about. Rugby back then was literally like drink as many pints out of your arse crack, and
But then you didn't eat, and the other thing you didn't do. And
they were full-time. They had full-time jobs. They were like amateur.
Yeah, 1997 rugby were pro. Everything happened in 97. I told you everything happened in 97.
Honestly, it's just the thing.
It's another thing. That's coffee.
A little coffee. I've got my Scrabble cup.
Yeah, because what was your phrase? I'm using a mug today because a glass is a little harder to hold.
Well, no, I like holding the handle. I can just sit there as a glass.
Why don't they get you a tankard?
Finn's got one with pirate.
The glass one with knob written on it.
I know, but that's huge. I like my Z cup because I get 10 points.
Who gave you that?
Some bloke. So yes, leg is all done now. Hopefully we will.
Well, it's better. The start of the process. I guess in argument, I should have got the scan done, but it all costs money.
Yeah, and also I think a bit like with my foot, you sort of go through the process and think, okay, it's just going to heal and it's going to get better. It's not broken. It's not like you could still do lots of stuff on it. That's the difference. If you couldn't do anything on it, you'd have gone straight away and got a scan and thought, right, what's going on? And you'd have different physios, and everybody had similar but different opinions of what it could be.
But also the advantage is the people that we know.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Can speed the process up, even though they have to pay. Even though we've got whatever business, private healthcare, it was rubbish.
Yeah.
Don't use private healthcare. They don't cover anything. Bupa.
Yeah.
It's out to you, Bupa.
Yeah, we won't get sponsored by Bupa for the podcast.
They don't cover a thing.
Anyway, we have been very, very lucky and been away just recently to Miami.
You're wearing a Marlins hat.
I'm wearing my Marlins hat. Basically, I like this hat because it's turquoise. It's one of my favourite colours. And know nothing about baseball. Is baseball, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Well, I don't know. I like the colour.
You were wearing an American football top you knew nothing about.
So, it's fashion, darling. Fashion. I'm called Vogue for a reason. Fashion.
But then I did buy a baseball top as well, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know the name of the guy. Oh no, there's no name on the guy. I bought it especially.
No name top. Anyway, more exciting than what we bought when we were there was the actual trip. So we were lucky to be invited by a very nice.
Lucky's not the right word.
I know.
Lucky's not the right word.
Trip of a lifetime, unique
There's not many
experience.
things you can say that you do at the time and you think, I will never ever experience this again.
Yeah, I think because I was talking to someone the other day about it, and basically we went to Miami. A friend of Mark, client / friend, very, very lovely human being, was his 50th, and he invited old school friends, work friends, uni friends, there were 50 and his mum and dad, which was so cute, all on a trip to Miami for his birthday. Obviously, he's able to do that, and that was a hugely amazing thing to be able to offer. But what was I think a really good sign of a lovely human being were the people on the trip. 99% of the people on the trip.
All of them.
To be honest, there was a few that we thought were going to be a bit naughty. They weren't. They were fine.
Yeah,
the others were. Everybody was lovely. And that's a good sign of good person, good friends, good family.
And they say that when you die, it's not about how much money you've got, but how many friends come to the funeral.
If they're still around.
But then my dad says, he's 91, and it's like, is he 92? Sorry, Bobs. It's Well,
it's harder. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they're still around,
yeah.
You might have had amazing friends, but you've just outlived them, and so they're just unfortunately not there to experience. I know. Anyway, back to Miami, because that's a much more fun topic than your funeral. So I was saying to somebody the other day, we got to go on this amazing trip. I think, you know, all the things that we did while we were there, we might do maybe like one of those, possibly, you know, occasionally, not all of them, but some of them, like maybe go on a boat trip, or maybe those things when we were there were amazing. But in a whole weekend, there were so many amazing things we did. But the hugest thing, which we would never ever do again unless this podcast really takes off, is to fly on a private plane.
Yeah.
And I'm saying plane, not jet, because...
So, you know, when you finish a holiday and you think, oh, the holiday's over, I've got to fly back. How depressing. It's going to be so crap. I was actually looking forward to the flight back.
Well, that was the most exciting thing of the trip, as far as, from my perspective, as far as something I would never, ever be able to do again. So we got to fly on this huge plane.
767.
Which the Rolling Stones use.
Well, apparently they primarily use it, but who's it? John
Guns
Bon
N'
Jovi?
Roses.
No, Guns N' Roses normally have their livery on it, but that we were gutted that wasn't still on it. Their big rose or whatever they have.
Oh, yeah.
Because they normally stick that on it. Yeah.
So 50 people. The plane takes 72 people. There were 50 of us on there, plus crew, which was just amazing. Just amazing. Just, you know, for me also, obviously this shows my age. I think middle-aged people really appreciate these things, like having your own terminal and just driving up, parking, walking about 50 metres to the terminal building and no other people around, just us in that building.
Because that's what, I mean, travel now is just pretty unpleasant, you know, when you've got to go airports and...
Yeah, you've got to find a parking space in a car
especially
park
the States
anyway,
are so
which is
strict
a
with
nightmare.
immigration.
When I had parked at Gatwick or Heathrow or something, just trying to find a parking space.
It's because you're not very good at parking.
I'm really good at parking, and I have a small car, so it's not difficult.
You
But
get a little aggressive sometimes.
numpties who can't park their
Here we
massive
go.
cars.
Just a little pull on the thread and she's off.
I can kick your bionic leg.
No, it won't do
very hard
anything.
from here.
Won't do anything now. It won't move. Look, that won't go any further.
Well,
anyway,
I'll just tighten the straps.
But
make
yes,
it more
I think
uncomfortable.
that I know it sounds strange, an 8 hour, 9 and a bit hour on the way
Yeah.
out, and a bit less with tailwind on the way back, but it was almost one of the
Fun.
highlights.
Well, no, it was a lot of fun because also for me and you, we find sitting in a seat on an aeroplane quite hard work. And so you for more for space, me just because I get fidgety. Just being able to, like, you know, a massive seat, it could extend my legs and more because my legs are really, really long.
Very long.
You know, the seats will go with the back. It's lovely. You know, it was like travelling what I'd imagine first class, but with all your mates.
Yeah.
Which is just
But
really
then
fun.
on the way back, you swung, didn't you?
I'm sorry, what?
You swung. Remember? So I went to the toilet.
Oh, no, I didn't. I was completely
yeah,
oblivious.
but you didn't mind.
I didn't even know anything about
Yeah,
it.
that old China. So I go to the toilet,
liar.
come back, and then I get to what I thought was my seat, and there's 2 people sleeping. So I had to go to the front of the plane and kind of work my way back and try and remember
Which
what
I find
seat we
really
were.
hard because it was row 3.
Yeah, well, I know.
row 3, and there's literally
But you know, it was like middle of the night or
15
whatever it was.
seats
So
in these- in
I
this
turned
bit.
round, I'm like, that's definitely Suzie.
Have you been drinking?
No, not on the way back. And then you had another guy.
Yeah, well, you know,
Cuddling
when
up.
you're this hot.
So yeah, I thought, oh, swingers.
Well, we'd had a nice weekend together. And
Pampas grass.
that's what happens when, maybe that's what happens when you go on a private jet. There's a lot of swing,
I think there's a lot of things that go on.
especially Rolling Stones and Guns N' Roses, I think. So at the back of the seat, we were what I would class as proper first class at the front.
Oh,
so,
were we?
Yeah.
We were the quieter lot.
I know, I can't believe you put us. And I think we were the less drink,
Yes, I think it's to do with alcohol.
not necessarily noise, because we're
Yeah.
quite noisy.
It was
the
alcohol.
people who would be drinking a lot less. Although his mum and dad were right at the front. They were party people.
They were amazing.
They
They
were
were having
amazing.
champagne on the way back as well.
But they were like up all the time with all the parties that we were
Yeah.
doing, right in the middle of it, having a great time. At one point, one of the evenings, they were escorted, like, well, not escorted, something like escorted out because of bad behaviour, but escorted by one of his old school friends to their room just to check they're okay, going to bed, blah, blah, blah. Because they probably had quite a lot of wine by this point, just make sure they found the right room, and said goodnight. And the friend came back to the bar, and then about 20 minutes later, mum and dad appear again. It was like having toddlers. She said, I've just put them to bed.
Oh,
I've just
and
put
they
them
came
to bed. What are they doing back down? It's like naughty children. Then apparently his mum had been having such lovely wine. She went into the room. She went, I fancy a bit more of that lovely wine. So out they
back
come.
down.
Yeah, they probably had a little sit down, maybe have a cup of tea in the room. and then came back out, which was amazing.
No, it was lovely.
So yeah, on the plane, awesome. So the back, so we were in the what class, more first class bit with just seats, and then the back section was a little bar, and then they had seats facing in, like on a train, but bigger, obviously, with tables that sort of fold out.
Oh yeah.
So people could sit and socialise and chat and play cards and Perudo. There was a lot of Perudo going on.
Yeah.
A lot of alcohol going on. Snacks. I mean, that was a nice thing for you. It was just like endless food.
Yeah, it was great.
So they'd have loads of little bar snacks, and then they'd bring out sandwiches and
that was the first. I told you that on the way back. I was like, that's the first time I've ever felt my stomach on my belt line.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Well, I think a combination of not much sleep, lots. I mean, I've never drunk so much rum in my life. It was amazing. Yes. Yeah, it was amazing.
But I found I'm really not a big drinker.
So where was it? Nicky Bar. They make the drink so strong. Okay, to be fair to Suzie,
right.
But you would walk there, not drunk enough water. No, it was quite humid. It was quite warm.
No. We'll get to that. But backtrack a bit. So we arrived. We went on a Thursday morning. We get there Thursday afternoon. We go straight from the plane. Everybody's getting changed on the plane because that's what you do.
To a caveman restaurant.
To literally my worst nightmare of just like a meat
just
fest.
Amazing meat. They just walk around. Likes meat. Gauchos were walking around with meat.
These massive skewers with like half a cow hanging on.
But it wasn't kebabs. They were amazing meat.
Amazing. No, but they had them on these big stick
but you know it's not like crappy.
No. It's like beautiful steaks and
protein.
Prawns. I did have some prawns and some chicken.
That's so brave.
But yeah, the meat, I was just like, no. And they had these brilliant little things, but no thank you, yes please.
Oh, didn't you keep one?
I've kept one for you. No thank you, yes please. No thank you.
Do you just put it by the side of the bed so I know when I come in?
I'm just going to put it on your pillow. No thank you.
No thank you, not tonight.
No thank you.
Yes.
So
and when you do say yes please, do I dress up with like one of the gauchos with the leather boots and the apron?
I don't think there's any need for that.
No pants?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just in your mind, maybe, what you feel like.
You gotta keep it spicy.
What are you doing? Sorry, Ziggy's just burrowing.
Well, I took them out for a walk this morning. She then rolled in fox poo, and then this woman bent down and stroked her before I could say anything, and then I had to tell her.
She won't do that again, will she?
Oh, the smell of fox poo.
It is so pungent. Anyway, back to Meat Fest. So you get your Meat Fest on the Thursday night.
So we did that Thursday.
So again, there's drinking on the plane. So I did a little bit of drinking on the plane, not a huge amount, because I can't do it. I can't remember what I had.
Is it a control thing?
No,
or is that how you feel?
How I feel. I hate that spinny. I like a nice glass of rosé or a few drinks.
You like a little beer buzz.
But I don't like just drinking for the sake of drinking because it's there. That's not my thing.
We did have a deep talk with one of the guys who was quite a big drink on the trip, and he goes, I find it really sad that most of my stories are geared around being drunk, and our relationship.
Funny stories that happen. Probably
our relationship with alcohol.
People in people's lives, like, oh, do you remember when we were like drunk and we fell over and we did this or we did that or that person did that, we came back from that night out or whatever. Whereas I think most of our stories relate around sport, probably.
Or activities.
An activity or something we've done, the hilarity.
Sorry, I interrupted you. So that was then Friday. What day was the Nicky Beach when you were a little bit
So that's Thursday night. Friday, we were straight to this, let's just go through the schedule because it was amazing. The Thursday night was the big dinner. First night, we were all a bit, by about 7:30, 8 o'clock, we were all a bit hanging.
I was.
Sorry,
no,
we were hanging. Yeah, everybody else was fine.
All right. No, there was a few struggling.
And then most people were having a meat coma because they'd literally eaten their body weight in meat. So eventually we get back to our lovely hotel. Again, no need to check in. Someone just hands us an envelope, straight to the room, luggage is in the room, job done. So, and then the plan was at 8 o'clock to meet in the reception, which we all thought was a rather early for the first morning, but obviously we're forgetting we're waking up early to go to the big pool, the swimming pool.
Fort Lauderdale pool. Yeah, which is his favourite jaunt, and he goes there all the time and has all talked about it, so it was really nice to go and see it.
Yeah, so there's a group of us, probably about 10 of us maybe went there.
Yeah, you guys perked up when you turned up, didn't you?
Well,
all the girls on the trip.
Princeton University men's swim team were there.
It was men, there were no women.
No, I meant as in they were like boys.
Didn't stop you perving.
Well, they weren't boys, that's right. They're probably about 20.
No, older.
What, Princeton? They're at uni. It's 20-year-olds. They're like 20, 22.
Okay. Old enough.
Again, I blame jet lag. I was half asleep. First thing in the morning, this Adonis man in very small pants, swim trunks,
with not a hair on his body,
walks in. He's about 6'4", following the guys our group into the changing rooms, and I just followed, thinking it was like communal changing room. Almost went in the boys' locker room. It was called. I suddenly stopped. I went,
it's
no!
An amazing physique, swimmers.
Oh, amazing.
Amazing. It just produces this really... They're not very deep. Super wide.
And they're literally like someone's ironed them.
No
flat.
glutes. So, like, I'm used to track.
Yeah.
So I go in American. I'm used to athletics, where you've got glutes.
Yeah.
They're just flat from the back, but amazingly wide.
They're streamlined.
And then watching them like push off with one dolphin kick.
Yeah. I mean, we did about
10
10 strokes to the end. They did about 2. We had to go in the 25-metre pool bit.
I did split it up, yeah, because the weather wasn't great.
So that was nice. But also, Mark also had a nice view because the 28-metre
unbelievable
diving board.
So they had the normal, what do we work out?
10
3,
metre.
5, 7 and 10. Then it went 15,
Well, they had the
18,
1 metre low,
20, 25 and 28.
20. I mean, who needs
So it's
a
where the
20?
free divers train, because they're all, a lot of those guys were all landing feet first, weren't they? So the free divers aren't allowed to dive head first anymore.
I think that girl was just learning, though.
10 metres obviously do, because that's the Olympic height. But
Yeah.
the 10 metres looked like the 3-metre board. It looked nothing.
It looked like a children's...
But I was
paddling
admiring
pool.
their technique, Susie.
Were you? And they're very, very, very tiny.
But they wouldn't let me go up
costumes.
there.
Funny
not to
enough.
perv at them, but just I wanted to lean over the 28. Just
There's no way.
crawl.
You would not have made it up there, I don't think.
I would make it up
Well, you make
there.
it up there, I don't think you would have got to the edge. They wouldn't let you go up there in case you fell, and then it's America. They'd
I
be
don't
like
mind
sued.
heights. But I don't think I would have been able to stand on the edge. I would have to crawl on my belly and look over the edge.
No, honestly.
It was amazing. Amazing.
It's just such a weird thing to see in the middle of...
Fort
like,
Lauderdale, yeah.
it's this huge concrete structure of diving boards.
Yeah.
But also there was an older lady there. I'm saying older because she was at least 10 years more older than us.
Yeah.
And she was doing all the dives, and she was incredible.
Back summies into
So
dive.
I did say to her, wow, you're amazing. She said, I said, how long have you been diving? Thinking, she'd just taken it up. She said, no, well over 50 years. So she obviously, the nice thing, even though she's probably done it as a child, but then continued through her life, so she hasn't got that fear factor that some people do. If you stop something for a long time, then you go back to something you did when you're younger. There's
she was
always
in great nick, wasn't she?
She was incredible. So,
but had little eyes.
Well, I'm not surprised. Like constant goggles or
Don't wear goggles.
going in. No, as in like if she was a swimmer, you have to do some swimming, either in goggles or just splatting into the pool.
I should have worn my budgie smugglers.
You should have.
Yeah.
Quite disappointed, really.
Yeah.
You could have just joined the Princeton swim team.
Yes, we did get a photo with the head coach.
Yeah, all his
were the
team were
Masters
just
group.
like, we're trying to get a group shot of us that went swimming, and then got him to take the photo, because why not? He just happened to be passing by. And then we said, can you get in? And it looked like you were coaching us. And he just said, oh yeah, I did see you guys in the pool. I'm like, we're recruited now.
Yeah, I said, if you need any extras.
Olympics. So that was the first morning. So that was nice actually to move and just wake ourselves up a bit. And then we had to rush back and get changed for going out on the boat. No, photo. We had a big photo on the beach, which was lovely.
That was organised, that was brilliant.
That was great.
Very windy. It was the end of...
Yeah.
What was the storm that came through? Katrina? No.
Something H, wasn't it?
Or was it H? Helena? I can't remember.
Anyway, the storm they've just recently had in
that
Florida.
hit Tampa, but not... Yeah. Anyway, so there were still remnants of pretty strong
Very
winds.
warm, very mild, but windy.
Really windy.
And then we went on the boats, again, windy, but I quite like that. We were lying at the front.
You're like a dog.
More food, more alcohol on the boats.
So the other boat were drinking straight tequila from the off.
Well, that's not surprising if you look at who was on the boat.
Well, we had a few on ours, but...
It was most of his school friends. And the
was
other
it?
one, and the other people.
Were you, did you partake? Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I had-
You drank.
One of those, what are they called?
Yes,
Salts things or something.
Yeah, well, soda and alcohol, ethanol.
Yeah, it was...
But so it was amazing. And then we came back for that. Then dinner was...
At the other beach with the rainy night, wasn't it? Because that was Friday night.
Yeah, the one...
Where I ended up dancing on a low table in the rain.
And the Naked Vicar.
Naked Vicar, who we don't talk about, because what happened in Miami stays in Miami, Mark Roberts.
Yes.
But yeah, there was lots of fun. So it was, again, another venue being bussed everywhere to this amazing sort of beach bar, but fabulous restaurant.
Literally, if
DJ.
you put the business plan together, you imagine going to the bank for a loan and they say, what are you? I want to open up a bar and a restaurant. Okay, great. Where is it? It's on the motorway. It was literally putting it next to the M25. It was amazing. You'd have to
Round the waterfront.
walk 300 metres to the toilet.
It'd have to be somewhere
which was like a public toilet.
Yeah.
But the bar was amazing, and those coconut pina colada.
Yeah. Pina colada.
That was amazing.
They're huge coconut, obviously, like you'd see in tropical islands, but we're
like a coconut?
No, the drinks, you muppet.
It was like a coconut.
If you go on a holiday, most people go, you can have a nice strawny little thing in the coconut, yes.
Yes.
But sometimes it's just coconut water, not pina coladas that we had.
Oh, I see.
Some people actually drink coconut
water
water from a coconut for now. Anyway. So that was Friday night, which was lovely. Rained, but no one cared. Well, I didn't care because we'd had 15 pina coladas by then.
Yes.
Slightly concerned, but I was even in that state, on the low, I don't know, I'm doing this with my hand, I'm just showing you the table.
It was a low...
Like a huge low table, basically, wooden table.
Yes, but it was like varnished heavily, so
and rain. And so when I had bare
and you had three.
I know. Well, I'm
very drunk
standing on it, and I'm
trying to copy your dance
could feel it. I was dancing. They invaded my stage, which was not acceptable, but I allowed it.
Well done.
Because it's a group thing. We're all there, team. And then these very drunk people were walking towards me to try and get up, and I was doing my sort of mum bit. I was like, "Be careful! It's very slippy. It's very slippy. Please don't fall over. No one needs to go to A&E tonight." So they joined me on my dancing. That was fun. So that was Friday night. Saturday, you went e-foiling.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was amazing. Pretty rough and choppy and windy, but we found a protected bit with some guy who's a professional kite surfer who was very cool. I think he just finished his joint when we got there.
So e-foiling is a bit like...
It's like a mini surfboard. Yeah, it's got a foil, hydrofoil below, about 2 foot below, with a propeller at the back, all charged by a big battery, and you start off on your stomach and you try and trim the board, and then you go to your knees, and then you go into a kind of surf position, and then you stand up, and it's really...
So you've got a little remote control?
You've got a trigger in your hand,
right.
And the key thing is, he said, when you fall, is to let go of the trigger. I know, Ziggy. Because otherwise, there's no leash. Can't have a leash because the foil is razor sharp, so you don't want it near you when you...
So what does it just stop? If you let go, it stops?
But obviously there's a bit of delay.
Afterbirth.
So sometimes you look up and you go, oh, I've got a 40-metre swim to get to it because it's just carried on. But yeah, it's one of the most mellow sports. It's even more mellow than longboard surfing, because longboard surfing, you've still got to be relatively active on the board. On this, it's like very gentle movements.
Once you're standing and once you're balanced.
Once you're foiling. And it suddenly goes quiet. It's weird because before you can hear the chop of the water, and suddenly it just goes...
Stealth mode.
Yeah. Remember I don't know if you ever saw the guy that used to go up and down the Thames. Hello? 1, 2, 1, 2. We are the world.
The microphone, please. Thank you.
There was a guy that used to go up the Thames on one.
I've seen once,
all dressed in black. Looked like kind of James Bond.
Milk tray. All because the lady loves
milk tray. They tried to redo that again, didn't they? And it didn't work. I'm sure they did a revamp.
They need to really ham it up though, because that was a really cheesy... It worked in the 80s? Was it late 70s? Must have been late 70s.
What would it be
80s.
now? What's a fashionable chocolate?
Fashionable. Trendy. Has it got all trendy?
Well, what would people go for?
Tony's chocolate. Or
Tony's.
What do you eat? Jaffa cakes. Jaffa cakes. If we could get sponsored by Jaffa cakes,
it's
Mark,
the food
very,
of champions.
Very, very happy.
Food of champions.
You'd be very happy, wouldn't you?
Hello.
Sorry, Ziggy is sitting on Mark's lap for the people who can't see him.
She's looking at me lovingly.
She's literally just sniffing.
She knows I'm still a little bit upset because she rolled in poo-poo.
So that was Saturday morning. So we're going through our Miami trip because it's very exciting.
Then you walked to Mickey Beach.
Yes,
and by the time I got there, you were a little bit tiddly-widdled.
Okay, so back to what you were saying earlier about we walked there. It was a very warm day. We had stopped for a rosé on the way because we were with 3-4 people who like
rosé.
Because it was very hot. So we needed refreshment.
It's funny when they talk about that in hydration and elite athletes, they always say, forget electrolytes, just go rosé.
Yeah, I think that works for a lot of people.
Okay.
So we'd walk there, we get there, again very hot, handed this mojito, which I hadn't quite realised how thirsty I was, and I must have drunk very, very quickly. And then a certain person handed me another one, who we know, and went, no, it's fine, just have this. And I was like, okay. But then I didn't realise I would have saved myself because I thought that was it.
No, and then
so the biggest bottle of wine you can get.
No, it was the one under the Nebulosa.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Whatever is the biggest.
Nebulous.
I think. This was a 12-litre bottle of Whispering Angel.
12 litres of rosé.
It was amazing.
So we've got some video. We'll pop them up on my Instagram. So the massive bottle of rosé, but then also there was very expensive vintage champagne.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Didn't have any of it. Didn't have any of it because I'd had 2 mojitos and with them spinning because the lunch came after.
Were you spinning?
Like, well, just feeling like, ooh. That's why I said I never drink Coca-Cola. The only time I drink Coca-Cola
drank a lot there.
Is because I'm either been sick, we talked about my lovely vomiting technique, or...
Don't call it a technique.
I'm feeling really nauseous, like
drunk
sick.
is the word.
Or car sick, travel sick, whatever it is. Sometimes you just need a Coke.
She just needs a Coke.
And I drank Coca-Cola, and I had to say, can you please have a bit of Coca-Cola? I was so disappointed in myself because I didn't enjoy the event because I was feeling so. Bleh.
Oh, we had a little lie down, little medikit, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, on those I can't remember. On those little little day beds and games, and they had a DJ, and it was lovely. It was amazing. But like you said, you're getting given all this amazing alcohol with you had a cheese and ham toastie basically.
Yeah, it was
basic food. Nicky Beach Bar. It's like beach bar food. Well, I had a nice bowl of pasta and stuff. But, just. Lovely. Anyway, so we got to take them, and then we go back from there, and then the bar and the hotel. So it's just more alcohol, more food.
There was a lot, wasn't it?
With a very quick turnaround.
No, we had that buffet, which wasn't much. Yeah,
oyster seafood food thing, which I can't eat, and then straight into the hotel bar, which was a minimum spend. I'm not going to say how much, but a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And that was ridiculous, but lovely. You know, everybody got dressed up for that. So there's more alcohol, more. I didn't drink. I had one cocktail, I think, that night. That was it. I was still feeling really nauseous, but actually,
no, you had that a lot.
But it carried on after that, so I think I had food poisoning or something. No. I wasn't ill.
But you didn't. No, you just. No. I think it was combo flight.
Yeah, I just think I got overwhelmed by all the stuff, and I get very excited. Everybody always goes a bit too hard on the first couple of nights, I think, and also
it's like a stag do.
And because it was such a short, intense. We were there Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, flew back Monday morning. So it was very short, sharp, intense of a lot of stuff, a lot of alcohol, a lot of activities, which was amazing. Trying to fit in as much as possible while we were all there.
Yeah.
And then that was Saturday. And then Sunday, we had a bit of downtime. Some people went to see the gators on the boats and stuff. But we ended up going to a shopping mall and buying my lovely hat. You got your baseball top, and we got the kids a couple of things. Again, we're like the not normal people. We go to this massive shopping mall and we go in sports shops. Someone said to me the other day, what did you buy? You know, it's like massive. I was like, we went to Adidas, we got some trainers.
Lululemon. It was the fourth largest.
And what's this called? Lids. Where they do the baseball tops and football tops and hats. And then we left. Well, it was lovely. It was the first day. It had been really lovely, sunny, blue sky as well.
Oh, and then we went to G-String.
And then you had the G-String pool. So otherwise known as the Hotel Cool pool party area. No. Arcadia, it was called Arcadia. So he'd got a section in there as well.
So I'm chatting to one of the guys I've met who's lovely, and we worked out, all the boys had worked out to wear mirrored glasses. So, but the girls would come and ask you what they drink, but they knew exactly what they drink. So they all had false tits, all wearing G-strings, but they'd bend down.
They were very beautiful, Latino, curvaceous.
But we'd be standing in the pool,
wearing not very much.
Me? No, they. Not much at all. And then they'd bend down right in front of you and ask you what you want. And the guy I was with, he goes, just keep asking her questions. Keep talking to her. Ask how many ice cubes in your cup.
Such pervs. We were very disappointed, the women, because they were all girls. And obviously they thought...
I did find
stereotypically, they thought the men had the money and they're the ones paying the bill, probably, in the pool party. I don't know. There was a massive group of young guys, obviously having a lovely time.
But there should have been a couple of blokes.
We needed some of the Princeton swim team or some I mean, even if they're gay, it doesn't matter. We'll just look at them. I'm not going to do just literally nice bodies and things to look at. Would have helped.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the pool party, which was lovely. And then there was another, one of his favourite places again in the evening with the band.
Yeah. Proper American sports bar.
Which was really cool.
Loads of screens watching the Green Bay Packers and then a live band playing all the covers.
Which was great fun. But again, everybody was slightly in the back of your mind thinking, I've got to be on a bus at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I think everyone was cooked by then.
And everybody was cooked, so by 10 p.m. we were all like, need to go to bed.
But it's, safe to say.
It was incredible. And then back on the plane on the way back, same thing. Everybody was slightly quieter on the way back. There was still a lot of alcohol being drunk by certain people, but that's
Yeah.
done, and that's fine. And then people who weren't driving, obviously people who had cars had to remember not to do drink on the plane. And then the landed, didn't even have to get off the plane. Passport guys
came on the plane.
to the plane to check our passports, because that's how posh we are.
That was amazing.
That was lovely. And we were like in row 3, so we were like out.
Yeah.
Gone. It was an amazing trip. Amazing trip. The plane was incredible.
Could you live there?
What, in Miami?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Fort Lauderdale, I can see
It'd be
why.
nice. On the boats, that was the lovely thing on the boats. We were driving on the boats. I was lying on the front of the boat, basically. Someone else was driving, thankfully.
Oh, we're doing property porn.
Honestly, these houses, it was like, which house would you buy? Which house did we lie?
And then we could guess. Amazing now. Everything is on. Was it Zoopla they were saying?
No, they were looking up
So
how much some of these houses were.
and they would show you exactly what they were last sold for. Yeah.
So anything between about 10, 15 million, 7 to 15, 20 million.
Remember,
I mean, some of them were massive, but
Yeah.
I mean, most of them had full-time gardeners and staff.
I guess it
and
wasn't prime
housekeepers.
time, but we didn't see anyone in any of the houses.
No. They're all owned by, I don't know, David Beckham and people like that as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing in the hotel, wasn't it? There was a massive Swiftie influx because Taylor Swift was playing.
Oh yeah, 2 nights, 3 nights in Miami.
So the whole hotel, I mean, it was a huge hotel anyway.
With a lot of sequins.
And so there were a lot of general tourists and people. There was another big convention starting just as we were leaving. It was just full of blokes in navy blue gilets and chinos. And then you've got all the Swifties with all their... You right there?
I've got really hairy crotch.
So Ziggy has just sat on Mark's lap and covered him in white hair.
You're very good at explaining. I don't really explain.
Well, I
I
have to
just,
explain because some people are listening. They're not looking at us. They can't see you. So we have to listen.
How could they not want to see them?
Well, they will. They'll now. I've explained it. They'll be straight on YouTube checking it out.
What's it called? What's that website called where you can send
I don't
pictures
know.
of your feet? Oh, come on! I'm sounding really old.
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans. There must be one for hairy crutches.
I'm sure there's one's for everyone. We talked about this on last week about the Japanese knickers 2 weeks ago. I saw a thing on Instagram.
Uh-oh.
No, it's similar. This woman had a white piece of bread and she pushed her toes and foot into it, left a foot imprint, and she sells that piece of bread for $20. Sometimes people toast it and eat it. Sometimes they just keep it.
Oh.
$20. Piece of piss. Get the loaves out now.
Could sell a
Foot
piece of
imprint.
piss.
Sell it $20.
Okay.
There's something for everyone out there, people.
So an imprint of my testicles on a
Oh my god.
in a bowl of flour.
20 cents, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be good. Maybe a bionic leg.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. So Ilfracombe Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Well, let's finish with Ilfracombe. So Mark's wearing a little polo shirt. It's got an interesting outfit on choice today. You've got your little lycra for your bionic leg.
You bought me these. It's slightly camp, but that's me
No,
all
they
over.
love them.
And then Ilfracombe, we
Can we
went
just
on
say he wears
holiday.
lycra because he does actually run at the track, but actually we quite like wearing lycra quite a lot. But you wear them primarily to train in, running. And
Yeah,
at
I
the track.
don't walk around like this. It
You
will
did
look
this
a bit
morning.
strange. You're
You
going to
did
go
this
and play
morning.
golf
You
with Flynn.
went dog walking.
The problem is I can't find anything that fits over the top. There must be a baggy tracksuit, but then it gets caught on all me.
Is it better to have something underneath just to stop the chaffing?
Yeah, because did you say I read it was just from 3 hours?
It's so delicate.
I'm a very delicate flower.
So Ilfracombe Yacht Club, we went
to North Devon with a good mate and his family, Wee Willie
about
Winky,
4 years ago.
and we walked and it was packed. But he walked into Ilfracombe Yacht Club, and it was.
Well, no, it was literally around the harbour. It was all the usual Weatherspoons and CAFs and all that sort of stuff.
Packed.
No one was in Ilfracombe Yacht Club because it put them off because it's a yacht club.
So you could go in. So we had a drink, and then we found out that if we joined Ilfracombe Yacht Club, you could go to any yacht club worldwide, apart from Miami.
No, and also
New York. No.
Yeah, Hamptons or one of those ones.
And then being posh Londoners, we
No,
went,
what
have
we
you
did,
got any...
No, because Willie from Will was so obsessed by
Ilfracombe Yacht Club.
Ilfracombe Yacht Club, and we'd literally got to the point where we'd go in with our group and they'd know our order for the bar and just bring the drinks over. It was lovely.
So we wanted to buy some merch.
We thought we'd get him a T-shirt.
Oh, that's it.
And so we inquired about the T-shirts.
Do you have it in small boy size?
And the girl came up and she said, I said, look, have you got staff T-shirts? Can we buy one? Because we just want to buy one for him. And she said, we've only got these ones. She said, but they're like £3. We're like, what? £3? Or so, it was something really...
Yeah, it was, and then we did
Like-
that proper London thing.
Oh, bloody hell, we're done for £20. It's 20, but we'll have 3.
Keep the change,
So
darling.
you got one as well. So we've got a
Yeah.
lovely photo of you and Will standing outside Ilfracombe Yacht Club in your lovely polo shirts.
Looking like special friends.
Yeah, it's good. But that was amazing. So you're like, but he literally got the form ready to sign.
Yeah, we never
And I'm
did
like,
join.
when are you going to ever go in a yacht club? I suppose.
But how many things, I keep thinking about this, how many things do you think you do and you think, I'll most probably never do this again? Like places you go to, it's quite a weird sensation.
Well, I suppose with us, because we do go to Devon a bit more surfing. I don't think is there a
Yeah.
yacht club near where we are?
Oh,
when we
there'd be
go?
a big one at
Salton?
Salcombe and round there and down. Oh, yeah, there'd be loads. There's big sailing around there, especially down in South.
What about, we're here. We must be, if you've got a member, we're on the Thames. Surely there's a little. Do they class as yacht clubs here, or is it just sea?
No, I think you need to be.
Right,
oh,
sea,
I don't know. You're
not
asking
river.
the wrong person. I
River,
keep getting
different.
tempted to go and learn
They're
to
called
row.
boat. They're probably called boat clubs, aren't they, rather than yacht clubs here?
Yeah.
Although they do the little dinghy yachts
Dingy.
down at. Are they called dinghies?
Yeah. Lasers.
I'm
I
sorry.
love that. What's the name? Was trying
Yeah,
to
when
make
you
the
were
GB
training,
squad
yeah.
was helping her out.
Friend's daughter. So quick roundup. We're on half term now. I'm sure a lot of you, this will probably go out after half term, so it may not be relevant, but we've got half term.
Yeah.
So you got a little playmate home, Flynn.
Yeah.
A bit of golf.
We all
later.
trained on Saturday. That was really sweet.
Yeah, I wasn't invited.
You
thanks.
didn't want to stop
I'd
being
done.
pick me, as Amber calls you.
Hit me. I'd done a strength session the day before, so it's not relevant. I was literally helping move weights a bit,
You were just laughing at us.
mainly. It was just a really nice sunny day, so it's fun. Yeah, Amber was home for the weekend. She's got rugby happening.
Yeah.
So she's training for rugby stuff. She's got into the teams at
She's got into
uni,
that.
which is brilliant.
Nice.
And that's it.
Carry on.
More fox poo walks for you then.
There we are.
Thanks very much. Thanks. Shake hands. Thanks. Thank
G-lock.
you. G-lock. Oh, we learnt this. We're so
Yes.
cool. We're down with the kids.
G-lock.
See
In
you
it.
soon. Bye.